literally had to choose the loudest toy, right? You had to. Had to. Today's video is going to be about me and my boyfriend's experience on getting our puppy. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more content. Let's get into the video. So this is Luna. Ow. Did you just yawn as you were trying to bite my finger? Wow, love that. And my little baby was born August 23rd, 2019. I know you're just like, what is all this? And we got her on October 27th, 2019. Do you want to run around? She doesn't have her collar on right now because we got her the little engraved ID tag thing that says her name and my phone number and everything. And it's like her favorite toy right now. She loves playing with it. So we took it off of her for a little bit. What are you doing? So, you want to go play? Go find your toys. So we got her on October 27th, 2019. And we were actually on our way to a flea market, and we drove by this like SUV, and they had a big old sign, like literally made out of cardboard, that said Dachshund puppies. And we drove past it. We had my boyfriend's siblings in the car with us, and I made him turn around because I wanted to go see those puppies. And the funny thing is, like, I wasn't planning on getting a puppy. I just wanted to see them because I love puppies. But, you know, one thing led to another, fell in love with Luna, and here we are. So there was 2 puppies left. There's a total, I think it was like 6. There was like 5 girls and 1 boy. So the 2 that were left were both girls. There was Luna, who she's mainly black, and then her paws are brown. Like she has a little brown in her eyebrow and like a couple other places, but it's mainly her paws. And then the other puppy was just like a healthy mixture of brown and black. But we ended up going with Luna. Let me go back. So we saw the puppies. We, made our decision, and then we had to go get money because obviously they costed money. So we had to go get money, and we also went into like Ross or something and bought a towel so we could wrap her up in the towel. We did that, and we went back and got her. And we still went to the flea market. I was just holding her in the towel. And yeah, the first day she was so tired. Like seriously, like so tired. She was probably a little bit dehydrated, I think. So we weren't at the flea market very long because we wanted to go get her, all the stuff she needs, like bed, food, all that kind of stuff. Food and water bowl and all that. You literally had to choose the loudest toy, right? You had to. Had to. Yeah, so we went to Petco or Smart. I think we went to, can't remember, one of those. And we got her all the stuff we need. And then came back to the house. Just kind of got her used to, us in the apartment, and got her some food, some water, so she'd have a little bit more energy. But the first day she was super chill. She slept through the night great. I've heard a lot of stories from a lot of people that get puppies saying like that the first 3 days are the hardest, and like most oftentimes you think of like wanting to return the puppy and everything like that. But I think for us it worked out pretty well, because I know for a lot of people they have problems with like the puppy waking them up early in the morning because they don't want to sleep for 12 hours. Like they want to get up. And for us, that part worked out pretty well because we were already getting up early in the morning. So some days like we were waking her up. One of the reasons that we probably shouldn't have gotten her when we did, even though I don't regret it, is the fact that we were both working like full-time jobs. My boyfriend would go to work. He'd have to be there at 7 in the morning. So he'd be leaving like 6:15, 6:20-ish in the morning. And I had to be at work at 8, so I was leaving about 7:15. Some days I would go to work a little bit early to get overtime. So we were leaving pretty early in the morning. So like her waking up early it was totally fine with us. Some days we were waking her up. So it worked out great for us. So we didn't have the same issue that a lot of new puppy owners have. We still had other issues. Like, she still, we'll get into that later. But we didn't have the most common and probably the most annoying issue. So that part was good. She sleeps through the night every night. And she's done that since day one, and she has continued to do that for the 3 months that we've had her. So that's a good thing, A lot of people aren't that lucky. So I'm very grateful for that. I'm very grateful for her, even though she's been a little terror the past 2 days, but that's okay. It was really rough at the beginning. We knew we wanted to get her in some training classes because dachshunds are pretty stubborn on their own, and I think she's extra stubborn. Like, that's just her personality. Throughout the past 3 months, we've noticed that she's a lot like me in different ways, and I'll get into that later. But she's very stubborn. So we knew we wanted to get her into some training classes, but a lot of training classes are pretty expensive, a ridiculous amount for not that much time, And so we were just kind of looking through our different options and seeing, what those classes actually offered, what she could learn, what we could learn, And one day we went to Petco or PetSmart. I think it was Petco. I hope I'm not wrong. I don't know. Let's say Petco. If it's not Petco, I'll, edit in something. So we went to Petco, and we were walking past this little training room is what it looked like, and there was a calendar, and we were just looking at everything, and we saw that it only cost $15. So we're like, oh, let's try it, because even if it doesn't work out, it's only $15. We didn't want to do a $150 training class and pay for that and have and it not be beneficial. But if we do a $15 class and it's not beneficial, we're a little bit okay with missing out on those $15. We'll be a little bit more okay with it. So, but it sounded good. So, but then the lady that does the training class, she saw that we were looking at the calendar. So she came up to us, started talking to us and telling us a little bit about it. And we ended up setting up a day, one-on-one with us, her, and obviously we would bring Luna. We learned that the training class was really training for us and not Luna, because with a puppy so young, we need to learn what we need to do so that she can learn, So the training was really for us, and we learned a lot from it. And probably should have said this before, but I'll get into what it was like before the training class and then kind of what it was like after. What we would do with her during the day is we would take her cage and we put it in the bathroom. So we'd lock her in the bathroom. She'd have her food and water in a little pee pad in her cage. So if she wanted to lay down and take a nap or whatever, she could be in the cage and just have to be on the floor. So we would do that, and it was such a bad decision to do that. I see what we were kind of thinking. We didn't want to confine her to just her cage for 8 hours a day. So I can see what we were thinking, but then again, what were we thinking? So that's what we would do for 8 hours a day with her. She would be in the bathroom. That way she can kind of, walk around, still be able to play with her toys or whatever, still be a happy little dog. She's actually very, very good at just playing with her toys and being by herself. She's totally fine with it. She'll run around, play with her toys 4 hours, and then eventually she's gonna want some attention. We would lock her in the bathroom. She would have her food and water and everything. And when we got home, it was a disaster. You wouldn't even look forward to coming home, because that you're just cleaning up a bunch of stuff. So she had a pee pad, and we would try and teach her that whenever she needs to go potty or whenever she needs to poop, she has to go in the pee pad. But she was 2 months old. She didn't really understand that. And when she's left alone with no one telling her to do it, she just does it wherever. So sometimes there would be pee on the pee pad, but most of the time the pee pad would be clean and there would be pee and poop everywhere else. Literally, nothing on the pee pad and then stuff everywhere else. That's literally what it would be a lot of the times. And then a couple times her poop was smeared everywhere. She walked through it or something. I don't know what she did, but it was really gross, and it was not very fun, and it was not a good decision, which we quickly found out when we went to that training class. Like, of course, that was one of the questions she asked us, is like, what do we do with her when we're not there? And we told her, and she was like, you gotta stop that. And we're like, oh, okay. So we learned so much, like so much from that training class. And we applied every single tip that we learned. There's only one tip that we didn't apply into our lives as much, and we have a reason for it. The tip was to limit her to where she can roam around to in the house. Like, she shouldn't, basically saying that she shouldn't be able to roam anywhere in the house that she wants to. Like, make sure she stays in the living room. She can't go, into the kitchen or any bedroom, stuff like that. Obviously wherever we want, but basically saying that she can't, roam around the whole house. And the reason that we didn't apply this one as much is because right now we're living in a really small apartment. So limiting where she can go in the house would basically mean that she couldn't, she'd have to stay in a very, very confined space. And we didn't want to do that to her when we were home. So we didn't do that one as much. We did stop her from going into our bedroom. If we're not in there, we just close the door. And if we're in the living room, she would be in the living room with us. If we're in our bedroom, as long as we're not going to sleep, she could be in there with us. But that's how we applied that tip. But if we were living in a big house with 4 bedrooms and blah, blah, then yeah, we would definitely limit where she would go. So that one just kind of depends, on your situation. But for us, we didn't use that one as much. Even when we were home, when we were trying to get her to go potty or go poop on the mat, we could sit there for a very long time before she would listen. Because at first, it was really the fact that she didn't know what we were talking about. But then she would know, but she'd just want to go play. And she had a very strict schedule with what she could do and what she couldn't do, or when she could do something, I should say. So she didn't want to go potty. She didn't want to poop. She wanted to go play, but we wouldn't let her. So it was very rough at the beginning, but everything we learned from that training session, it was literally only an hour, and we learned so much, and it literally changed everything. So let me know if you guys want me to do a video about everything we learned from that class, because we learned a lot. So the first, I would say month we had her, it was very difficult. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think we were prepared to get a dog, especially not a puppy. It wasn't a good idea. Wouldn't recommend it. It's gonna take a lot of hard work, but I don't regret it, like, at all. She's amazing. I'm so grateful for her. Even though she's not been behaving very well the past couple days, I'm still very, very grateful for her. It wasn't a good decision at the time, at the point that we are at in our lives, but I don't care. Don't regret it. So, but I mean, I don't recommend it. Like, if you know you're not ready, don't do it. So I knew I wasn't ready, and I did it anyway. So I don't know what to tell y'all. Yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching this video. This was just kind of my experience with getting a puppy. And definitely let me know if you guys want to learn the tips that I learned from that training class, because it was so helpful, literally so helpful. And it changed everything. Like, and we didn't even realize that these tips that we were learning would help so much. But of course, since we didn't know what we were doing, and somebody was like, hey, do this, we were like, okay. So we did it, and it helps a lot. So I'm very grateful. But if you guys enjoyed this video, please give this video a thumbs up, and comment down below any video ideas that you guys want to see from me. And definitely subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.